Welcome to Spotlight on Frazee. I'm your host, Hank Ludke, and I'm here today with City Administrator Jonathan Smith. Hi, John.
Good morning, Mr. Mayor.
It's a beautiful day in Frazee, and we've had quite a summer going on here.
Yeah, we have. You know, the weather's come along really nice, and obviously for Turkey Days we had great weather. So
yeah, we had the circus in town.
Circus was in town. We had a great turnout for that. Great weather for that as well. So we're just hoping we have a late fall, if you will, with warm weather. So
yeah, and not a lot of late rain again.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, dry would be good. Dry would be good. So
you know, and things are moving along, and we're looking at kind of extending the city's park system too.
Yeah, it's interesting you brought that up. The Lions Park, just outside of city limits there, right by the dam site, has been leased by the county from the DNR for the last several years, and then in turn they have an agreement with our local Lions Club to utilize that. Well, as you know, the city is going to be looking at hopefully taking over that lease from the county, and then hopefully, long term, I think we'd like to purchase that property and actually own that site. So.
Well, and I agree on that. It would be a benefit. We use it a lot, and people don't realize that it isn't actually part of the city.
Right. That park is interesting because the Lions Group does a tremendous amount of work there, as well as the city. I know you've spent quite a bit of time up there, and just the amount of work that both groups have put into that park.
And the STS too, Sense of Serve from Sheriff Gordon.
Yeah, it just makes sense for us to have that, and it's one less thing that the county has to worry about then. So.
Yeah, and it takes some of the complication out of the whole thing. We've got so many entities, even though we will still continue working with them if we do this. But I know the city here a number of years ago ventured along with the county and the Lions on a restoration of the park project where we split it between the three of us.
Yep.
And it went great. And we're just finishing up that. We've got new handicap bathrooms up there this year that the Lions had put in, and we're going to be putting in a swing set and doing some other work up there.
Yeah, a lot of improvements.
Oh, yes. And, and we keep on going here, and like you said, we're coming towards the end of summer.
Yeah.
And we've got other projects that we're looking at in relation to the county, too. We're looking at a public hearing on County 118.
Yeah, County 118, which is our 4th Street and Balsam Avenue. They're going to do a public input hearing on the 25th of August at 5 o'clock, I believe, here at the fire hall. So that'll be an interesting one. They're talking about reclaiming that or doing a project there and then giving that street back to the city instead of the county maintaining that.
Yes, and it needs work.
Definitely needs some work. And I know also, outside city limits, they'll be looking at turning that back to the townships as well. So.
Yeah. And so we look at that probably going back to gravel outside the city limits.
Yep, that's kind of what their proposal is. So.
And I think it's the road itself so close to the lake there, and we have some issues with it because of the high water, and I think going back to gravel will help a lot there. So we'll be looking for input from the area and the townships on what they think of that.
Yep, exactly.
And but otherwise, it's been a pretty good year for Frazee here. We've got a few things coming down from the state yet, and their budget situation, and
definitely we got some of our final numbers back, so we can start finishing up our budget and making sure that's tight, and we had a small decrease in that, but everything looks to be all right. So should be exciting time of the year when we get this budget finalized next month. So
well, I appreciate you being on the program, John.
You bet. Thank you.
And we will talk to you with another segment of Spotlight on Frazee. Welcome back to Spotlight on Frazee. I'm your host, Hank Ludke. I'm here today with Chief Mike Johnson. Hi, Mike.
Good morning, Hank.
This is quite a machine we've got here.
Yeah. Our new truck.
Our new truck. Replaced the old Durango. And it's pretty spiffy looking here. A lot of new lights and everything. And
yeah.
And it's one thing I like to see is that we do keep up our equipment. Not just with the police department, but with all entities. And since you've been on now, we've acquired this one. And just got this one done with everything. And this is 2011?
2011. And we just got it a couple days before Turkey Days.
Yeah.
So we could kind of unveil it for Turkey Days weekend. And we went out with all LED lights, so it doesn't pull power like the old halogen light bars with the rotators and stuff. With the new LEDs, they don't draw any power from the vehicles.
Wow.
Another addition we've got is video cameras now. We've got the video camera system in this one, which is working, and in our Crown Vic, we'll be getting that put in within the next week.
Well, you know, and that's one thing we've always talked about, you know, is if something happens and you've got it on video, it sure makes it a lot easier when you go back over the situation.
Well, and just alone with this camera system, I can set it up to record prior to me activating the lights. Not too long ago, I was at Main and 5th Street, and I nearly saw a collision. Another guy didn't see another vehicle, and I stopped him after they didn't collide. And when I went to review the video, it's all on there. So, you know, it's pre-recording the events, so hopefully, you know, the offender or the officer will have it recorded that, yes, you did do this.
Well, it makes it a lot easier if you do have that situation where it has to come to court or anything like that. He said, she said, they said. The videos don't lie.
Exactly, exactly. It's a great tool for us.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's been quite a summer. And as we were talking with Jonathan, you know, we're kind of through with most of our big events for the year. And we can get looking towards fall now, and kids going back to school, and that's going to be one of the big things again now, is the kids will be all over the place again.
We'll have to watch out the crosswalks and the corners where the kids are walking to and from school,
and the buses, where the buses are running. And
got to stop for the buses when they got their lights flashing. And
we've had issues with that in the past. I think a train went by.
I think so.
But, you know, we really look forward to having a peaceful community outside of the train.
Yes, yes.
And we want to remind you, you know, with school coming up, watch out for the kids, watch out for the buses. Kids will be out along the highways waiting for buses. You know, it's time to get geared up for school and pay attention again. You know, things will be changing. And we look forward to continued growing police department and good community relations. And we look forward to seeing you in Frazee. And hopefully Mike won't have to turn on the lights to say hi to you. Thanks for being on the program, Mike.
Yep.
And with that, we'll catch you next week on Spotlight on Frazee. Honk, honk.